Envision yours for less today at BrickleBuickGMC.com. See dealer for complete details. Ends 4/30/25.
As a business owner, you wear a lot of hats. One minute you're ordering today's inventory, and the next you're planning tomorrow's expansion. It's complicated, but your business credit card should be simple. With the Signify Business Cash Card by Wells Fargo, you earn unlimited 2% cash rewards on purchases for your business with no caps or categories to track. Signify Business Cash, the deliberately simple business credit card. Learn more at wellsfargo.com/signify. Terms apply.
Spring into deals with fresh savings at Lowe's. Right now, get 4 Stay Green or Premium 2 cubic foot mulch bags for just $10. Plus, get up to 35% off select major appliances and save $50 on every $500 you spend on select LG appliances. Shop in-store or online today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 4/30. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See associate or Lowe's.com for more details of qualifying items. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Ow! Sweetie, come here. Don't worry. I see a lot of patients with the exact same thing.
Ever since the ice skating rink went in next door?
Or is it more than
Dr. Clark's business is heating up.
So many patients need my help. How will I find time to see all of them?
They need to hire a scheduler, stat.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Get your revenge body by summer with Future Health.
Future Health weight loss.
Fox Sports 940.
I'll see you in Miami.
Miami.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Now, your chance to win $1,000 in bonus bucks. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Cash. Cash. That's cash. Enter it now. FoxSports940.com. Broadcasting live from the Fox Sports 940 Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Number 1 on your car radio preset hand, the new and improved
pitch. Stowers cracks that one out to center and deep. 1-0 pitch. Stowers cracks that one out to center and deep. Siri is back. He looks up, and it's gone. The Marlins waste no time. Kyle Stowers with a 2-run shot, and they take a 2-0 lead in the first.
Miami Marlins baseball is on deck.
2-1. That kicks away from Rodriguez. Hill breaks for the plate. There will be no throw. And on a wild pitch, the Marlins walk it off again. 4-2. Conine lifts out to left field. Tommy Pham working back to the warning track. So is Sawinski. They look up, and it's gone. Griffin Conine to left center. And we're tied at 2 in the 7th.
Marlins on deck. Brought to you by ADT, the official smart security partner of the Miami Marlins and Norwegian Cruise Line. Experience more at sea. Let's head out to the ballpark. Here's your host, Steven Strong.
Well, nice job, Ahmed. Welcome live from Lone Depot Park in Miami on an 81-degree Monday night in the Magic City. The roof and the walls open. You're listening to Miami Marlins baseball on the radio, Fox Sports 940. Miami. It's game 22 of 162, and the Marlins are fresh off a thriller in Philly, storming back to beat the Phillies 7-5 in 10 innings, thanks to a Javier Sanoja 5 RBI day. Tonight, we bring you game 1 of a 3-game set between the 11-11 Cincinnati Reds and your 9-12 Miami Marlins. It'll be Nick Lodolo. Congratulations to him and his family who welcomed a baby boy on Friday. He starts for the 5th time in 2025. He will go opposite Max Meyer, who takes the ball for the 5th time as well this season. Meyer has tossed quality starts in 3 of his first 4 outings. It all starts at 6:40 right here on the Marlins Radio Network. Well, hi, everyone. Thanks for making Marlins on Deck a part of your Monday night with Jack McMullen and 4-time World Series champion Jeff Nelson. I'm Steven Strom. Got an awesome show for you ahead, and we got just really an exciting night ahead for us Marlins fans up here in the booth. We'll talk about where both teams are at. Augustin Ramirez, that's the big headline today. Jack McMullen caught up with him earlier today. We'll get you that sound. Clayton and I preview game 1, of course. Jack and Nelly will come in as well for some banter. Expo question of the day at Marlins Radio and Steve's guarantee to victory. So we'll start here where both teams are at. And for the Reds, they will continue their 9-game road trip. And after boat racing the Orioles Sunday afternoon, listen to some of these numbers. The Redlegs scored in 6 of the first 8 innings. They batted around twice. They drew 11 walks, and they faced 2 Orioles positional players on the mound in a 24-2 victory. That is 3 touchdowns and a field goal. This was also barely 2 weeks removed after going 35 consecutive innings without scoring a run over a 5-game span. Yes, it's baseball. I get it. 38 times they reached base. That was a franchise record, and this is where the numbers are fun. The Reds ranked 23rd in the majors with 57 walks before this 3-game weekend series against the Baltimore Orioles. They drew 27 in this series. They went from 23rd in the majors to 7th. Of course, Terry Francona, the legend, 2-time World Series champ, has his team at 11-11 and winners of 8 of their last 12. Nick Lodolo, we mentioned him. He's battled the last 2 years with a variety of strange injuries, mostly with his legs and a blister, but a few problems with his arm and shoulder. He seems to be in the clear, though, and looks like a number 7 overall pick. The Southpaw has a 2.31 ERA this season, and career-wise against Miami in 3 starts, he is 2-0 with a 2.16 ERA. All right, let's get to the fun part. The Miami Marlins, a much-needed 7-5 victory in South Philly, snapped a 5-game skid. And let's be honest, it was an emotional weekend. They lost Griffin Conine to the 60-day IL after dislocating his left shoulder Saturday afternoon. And to be quite frank with you, Sunday didn't look promising either. Miami was down 3-0 after the first, 4-1 after 6 innings. The Phillies had been playing some great baseball. Javier Sanoja, though, came through in the clutch. The smallest guy on the field packed the biggest punch, connecting on his first career home run. It was a 3-run shot that gave the Marlins a 5-4 lead, and that was all it wrote in extra innings. Javier Sanoja, 5 RBIs, the 4th youngest player in Marlins history to do that. We moved to today, and the headline was a decision from Peter Bendix and company to recall 23-year-old Marlins number 4 prospect Augustin Ramirez, who was dealt to Miami on July 27th of last year for Jazz Chisholm Jr. Of course, he came with a couple of other prospects, but regardless of how long Ramirez is up, it's an organizational victory to feel like one of your top farmhands is ready to make an impact on your big league club. Coming up next, Jack McMullen chats with Augustin to gather all the emotions prior to his debut right here on the Marlins Radio Network.
Miami Marlins fans, we celebrate every victory together. But when life throws...
This matters to me. I want this to be my career. I want to make a lot of money playing this game. I want to enjoy playing this game. And I want to do it for a long time. So, personally, I care when things don't go well. As a team, I care when we lose. But I do want to be better at, when family's in town, I want to leave it here. At least, I can go back to it when I'm at the hotel, but kind of enjoy the family time while I can get it.
Payoff pitch. That one hit in the air out to right. Max Kepler going back. Track. Wall. It's gone. Liam Hicks, his first career homer, makes it a 1-run game. A 2-run shot. 6 in the 9th. And the Marlins have made this way, way more interesting. 1-1. That one hit well, out to left and deep. Javier Sanoja gives the Marlins a 5-4 lead. All 5'7" of him drills one out to left field. About 5 rows deep down the left field line, a 3-run home run. And the Fish take a lead in the top of the 8th. After a long hold is on the way. And Stowers rips that one out to right. Castellanos working back, gearing up a throw. Norby going to try it. Castellanos makes the catch. The throw coming in, cut off by Harper. And Kyle Stowers does the job. He elevates, and he will kind of celebrate. A sacrifice fly makes it 6-5 Marlins in the top of the 10th.
On FanDuel Sports Network, Marlins games, announcers, and more Marlins games. Did I get you in the upper Marlins? Stream now.
Back here on the Marlins Radio Network, live from Lone Depot Park, 81 degrees. Roof and walls are open. Another beautiful night here in Miami. Game one of this three-game set. Awesome win for the Marlins yesterday. They win in extras against the Phillies. They snap a 5-game skid. Tonight we'll see Max Meyer take the hill for Miami. He'll go opposite left-hander Nick Lodolo for Cincinnati. Steven Strom, Jack McMullen, and Jeff Nelson. Awesome news today. Augustin Ramirez, the number 4 prospect in the Marlins system, is set to make his major league debut tonight. He was recalled from AAA Jacksonville. 23-year-old posted a .254 average, 3 home runs, 7 doubles, 12 RBIs. We know about the bat. The defense is the question. Our very own Jack McMullen chatted with him earlier this afternoon, gathering all of his emotions.
You? How do I get as big as you? What do I need to do in the weight room to get as big as you?
No, I think it's Plátano power, bro. Latin food.
I love that. What does this moment mean to you, man, to get this call to the big leagues?
Bro, I'm excited. A lot of emotion. I'm waiting for that, and I'm happy. I want to stay at the big league right now. This is my goal, and have fun.
People have been talking about you since you were traded to the Marlins from the Yankees last year. What did the work look like this offseason and spring training to get to this moment?
You know, it's everybody talking about with my defense. I'm working hard with that because I know one excuse if you I catch or no, you know, and I'm working hard in that, and I feel great, bro, right now.
I heard so much about you learning English this offseason and really grinding through the English program. How do you feel like your English has gotten and your ability to talk with your pitching staff?
I feel great. I think it's not my first language, and I want to try and interview, practice with the teacher right here. She's did a really good job with me, and helped me a lot, and I feel great. I think it's the same with the baseball. I'm practice my hit, my work, my defense. The same with my English.
That's awesome. Augustine, last one for you. Too many people are talking about the defense. You're an amazing hitter. What does the work look like hitting offensively? How have you gotten to the place that you are offensively?
I think it's, focus and throw to the process and working hard every day. And this is I got.
Augustine, congratulations. Best of luck.
Thank you, brother.
All right, that was Augustin Ramirez and Jack McMullen. I mean, I was telling Jack this during the interview. So much respect for learning English and learning another language. I can talk about this for probably an hour. Incredibly difficult, incredibly challenging, and really not. It's not like you don't have to do it if you don't want to. If you're a player, like you're paid to play baseball, and the fact that Augustin Ramirez has taken the initiative to go and do this speaks volumes to his character and his work ethic. I'm so excited to see the young man tonight. Again, he will catch Max Meyer and bat 6. He's not the only one making his major league debut. Ronnie Simon will as well. And the roster moves, I guess I should just put all together here and just get the roster move and do some housekeeping on the Marlins Radio Network. Augustin Ramirez recalled from AAA Jacksonville, and yes, recalled. He was on the 40-man. He was optioned during spring training, so that's why it's technically called a recall. Thanks, Jack McMullen, for that. George Soriano, he was recalled from AAA Jacksonville. Rob Brantley placed on the 10-day IL, and Kate Gibson, who pitched phenomenally yesterday, was optioned to AAA. So that's your housekeeping. Excited to see Augustin Ramirez. Nice job, Jack McMullen. Let's break. We'll get Clayton McCullough on as we preview game one of this 3-game set between the Marlins and the Reds. 6:40 first pitch back in 2 minutes on the Marlins Radio Network.
Lowe's knows that your business...
He hits high in the air, shallow right field. Stowers sprinting in. Kyle Stowers slides, and Stowers makes the catch. Nice grab by Kyle Stowers. He had to go a long way to track down that peeling fly ball. He kind of flopped down to make the grab. There's one man out.
Clayton McCullough said it the other day. He said, I love watching Griffin play baseball.
Liam Hicks sprays one out to shallow left field. Schwarber coming on. Schwarber won't get to it. And you got Norby around third. He's heading home to throw up the first base line. It's an RBI single for Liam Hicks. And now it's 9-3 in the 6th. Game 3 of this 3-game weekend set in Philly is tomorrow. That pitch to Dane Myers is crushed. Out to left and deep. That thing is gone. How about Dane Myers? Dane Myers, a first pitch ambush. And it's 11-7 in the top of the ninth for Myers, his first homer of the year. Next pitch. Pauly, that's a line drive. That's a fair ball. Down the right field line. Norby in to score. Pauly going to replace him at second base. Graham Pauly with an RBI double, and it's 11-8 in the top of the ninth. Payoff pitch. That one hit in the air out to right. Max Kepler going back. Track. Wall. It's gone. Liam Hicks, his first career homer, makes it a 1-run game. A 2-run shot, 6 in the ninth, and the Marlins have made this way, way more interesting.
Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
Hey, this is Eric Wagman, and you're listening to Marlins on Deck with Steven Strom on the Marlins Radio Network.
All right, we're off and running here on a Monday night from Lone Depot Park in Miami. Roof and walls are open. Going to be a beautiful night for some baseball. Marlins and the Reds, first of 3. Nice win yesterday for Miami, salvaging one, avoiding the sweep at the hands of the Philadelphia Phillies. A 7-5 victory in 10 innings. Javier Sanoja, 5 RBI night. The headline this afternoon, Augustin Ramirez will make his Major League debut. The Marlins' number 4 prospect will catch Max Meyer and bat 6. Another one, Ronnie Simon will make his Major League debut as well. So congratulations to both of them. Stephen Strom, Jack McMullen, and Jeff Nelson with you. Those two have your call at 6:40. As always, to get you ready for game 1 of every series, here's my conversation with Marlins manager Clayton McCullough. All right, Clayton, first of all, hi. How are you?
Good, Steve. I'm great, thank you. Hello.
I always like to ask before I just start hammering you with questions.
Thank you. I'm doing very well right now.
I'm excited. I'm excited for today. We're going to see 23-year-old Augustin Ramirez, which you just, I guess, nicknamed Gus in your media availability. Did not know that about him.
Yeah, a la Goose. So, Gus. So that's what I kind of go with in spring training. So, I mean, we're excited as well. I mean, Gus was certainly a big part of the return last year, infusing talent in the upper levels of our system, and we loved and enjoyed the time in spring training. He really did well, and excited for him to get his opportunity here tonight and make his Major League debut.
What makes you eager to watch him play here?
I think it's just there's a real quiet confidence to what Gus does. I think he showed that in spring training. There was I'm sure there'll be a lot of excitement for him tonight, everything, but he was not intimidated by, being in a Major League clubhouse, and got a lot of regular playing time in spring training. He handled himself very well, and he's a real hard worker. I mean, he knew that the defense was going to be something to focus on, and him and Joe Singley were attached at the hip during spring training, really working hard on that. He realizes the importance of it. He wants to catch. So I think just watching a young player that was, very hungry, very humble, as well. Teammates really liked him, and certainly there's a ton of ability on both sides.
It's the first of 3 with the Cincinnati Reds, and you're going up against 2-time World Series champion Terry Francona. What kind of respect do you have for Tito?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of respect. To do it as long as he's done it, and not only just to do it, but to be part of, so much winning. I mean, I think the run of success he had in Cleveland, the run of success he had in Boston, winning world championships, postseason teams. And, you hear from those that, worked with him, played for him, have so much respect for the way that he handles himself and his club. So, it's no accident that you're able to stay around this league that long and manage. And, that part will be, kind of cool. I think once the game starts, then we're just, out there trying to do our thing.
If I'm not mistaken, I think his team yesterday put together 3 touchdowns and an extra point in Baltimore. What aspects of this team catches your attention?
Yeah, I mean, I think always it's overall a very athletic team, and they've run up some high stolen base totals in the past. They still have some, some guys that maybe not the stealing of the bases, but they do have, they can put pressure on you when the ball's put in play. They have some guys that can impact as well. So yeah, it'll be important for us to try to limit some of the free passes and take care of the ball defensively.
What's been your message to your team about the stolen bases allowed?
I think we've just something we just have to, continue to work on. It's like, look, as a pitcher, you're just trying to do your best to give the catcher an opportunity, right? Whether that's hold the ball, vary your pacing and your rhythm, where you don't fall into a pattern. In some guys' cases, it's let's try to work to just quicken up those times a little bit. There's going to be some players in this league that are just going to run. It's not really as much you can do and to worry about it so much, but you just don't want to get yourself in a spot where you open up more of the roster to be able to take advantage of. So I think our guys they're in on it and realize that it's an important part, trying to limit 90 feet, keep guys out of scoring position, and it'll be something I think all year long we'll just have to continue to stress and continue to improve on.
Clayton McCullough with us now. Always a good day when Max Meyer is gone. Is there a moment in spring training or maybe when you met him where you felt like this kid could be something special?
I think hearing the reports from our pitching guys in the offseason, I think their initial conversation with Max, with how excited he was for what the plan was heading into this season. I think he felt he was healthy. It felt like his arsenal could be really maximized. I think they helped him a lot in the early part of spring training. I remember the first live he threw to hitters and the confidence that he had, and there was a real swagger to the way that he attacked hitters and he got through that session. I think and each outing it was very much the same. So a lot of belief in himself right now, and I think you'll hear him say too, he's in just attacking the strike zone and being on the attack and trying to put hitters on the defensive. So it's nice when you have the kind of weapons that he does, but also that's you're going to have to get guys out in the strike zone to have success at this level.
There's no question he oozes confidence. I hope your team oozes confidence. Good luck and thank you for the time.
Yeah, thanks, Stephen.
All right, wonderful stuff right there with Marlins manager Clayton McCullough. Two things I do want to hit on. The stolen bases, that is the negative to the start of this season. Miami has allowed a league-high 36 stolen bases, 6 more than any other team. That is going to be the story here tonight, and I think throughout this series. Cincinnati has a guy named Ellie De La Cruz. He's pretty fast, along with honestly a plethora of other Reds that can steal bases. Clayton McCullough, you heard it. His pitcher is going to have to vary looks. They're going to have to quicken up their times. It's not entirely on the catcher. A lot of times it is on the pitcher. So that's that. Max Meyer, what's made him so special? He's heard it from his pitching coaches. He's heard it from the staff. He's been sensational. I mean, Max Meyer has been the best pitcher here in 2025. It's been a small sample size, but he has a 2.63 ERA through his first 4 starts. The rest of the Marlins starters have a combined 6.72 ERA. So Meyer will go opposite Nick Lodolo. We'll break here. We'll get the best segment in all of radio. Jack and Nelly join me next on the Marlins Radio Network.
This matters to me. I want this to be my career. I want to make a lot of money playing this game. I want to enjoy playing this game, and I want to do it for a long time. So personally, I care when things don't go well. As a team, I care when we lose. But I do want to be better at, when family's in town, I want to leave it here. At least, I can go back to it when I'm at the hotel, but kind of enjoy the family time while I can get it.
Payoff pitch. That one hit in the air out to right. Max Kepler going back. Track. Wall. It's gone. Liam Hicks, his first career homer, makes it a 1-run game. A 2-run shot. 6 in the 9th. And the Marlins have made this way, way more interesting. 1-1. That one hit well. Out to left and deep. Javier Sanoja gives the Marlins a 5-4 lead. All 5'7" of him drills one out to left field. About 5 rows deep down the left field line. A 3-run home run. And the Fish take a lead in the top of the 8th. After a long hold is on the way. And Stowers rips that one out to right. Castellanos working back, gearing up a throw. Norby going to try it. Castellanos makes the catch. The throw coming in, cut off by Harper. And Kyle Stowers does the job. He elevates, and he will kind of celebrate. A sacrifice fly makes it 6-5 Marlins in the top of the 10th.
Pioneer Roofing calls this time of year roof repair season. Getting a tax refund? Reinvest that refund in your house or commercial property. Call Pioneer Roofing 786-ROOFERS. Tell them Jimmy Seffel told you to call. Pioneer Roofing 786-ROOFERS or visit pioneerroofingcompany.com.
That one rocketed out to left and
And deep, Augustine Ramirez leaves the yard. 113 off the bat, and Augustine Ramirez with his first home run in a Marlins uniform.
Excited for Gus. Spring training, he showed well. A buyer in the bat and the potential in the future in the bat and the ability to stay behind the plate. His ability to, what we think one day the offensive impact he'd have, with also continuing to prove defensively and be able to stick behind the plate. Cool for him and his family, and us organizationally too, to get a chance to see him.
All right, that was Marlins manager Clayton McCullough, and that was one of, I think, 2 home runs that Augustine Ramirez connected on during spring training. Steven Strom, Jack McMullen, Jeff Nelson. Not only will Augustine Ramirez make his debut, Ronnie Simon as well. But we'll start here, Jack, with Augustine. Can you give me the lowdown on Mr. Gus Ramirez that I guess Clayton nicknamed?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to go with Gus, to be honest. I think Augustine plays a little bit better, and I feel like at some point we're going to start calling him Steen. Like that feels a little bit more, it's got a little bit more juice for me. But Augustine, it's not Augustine, it's not Augustine, it's Augustine Ramirez. He's one of the better catching prospects in all of baseball. And this guy was acquired as part of that 3 prospect return in the Jazz Chisholm trade last trade deadline. What we knew about this guy is he did not catch much in minor league baseball. He was a young guy, but he was making his way through. He was almost rocketing through the Yankee system while catching, I don't know, I think about 100 games or so. He's caught fewer than 200 games in his professional baseball career. But what this guy has done is hit, and he produces some of the loudest contact in all of minor league baseball. He had 25 homers last year. The other thing that jumps out to me, this guy is a gargantuan human being.
He really is.
He is so baseball smart. He was 22 for 24 in the stolen base department last year, and he's 5 for 5 to begin this year. This guy picks his spots. He's got tremendous baseball IQ. Obviously, the glove has been a work in progress over the last few months. Excited to see what that looks like. But in terms of what you get in the batter's box, there are very few catching prospects more exciting than him.
And he's got an outstanding work ethic. Him and Joe Singley worked on tweaking his exchange in the month of January. And that is pretty much the hope that he can sort of figure out this base stealing thing. The Marlins have struggled in this area, and I want to throw to you, Nelly. Max Meyer has been the Marlins' best pitcher, hands down. And we know Max Meyer likes to go to that slider. What is that kind of yin and yang when you have a catcher that maybe isn't the best defensively and you want to throw that wipeout slider?
You got to go with your strength. It doesn't matter what kind of catcher is behind the plate and whether he's a strong framer or he needs some work. You have to go with your strength. You hopefully that he calls a good game, that you're not constantly shaking. I think the moving back and forth on the plate, setting up that slider, as far as if Max wants it outside, then you got to go outside. Inside, if he front doors that slider with the righties, then you have to set up inside. So a lot of it is movement. And I think that frustrates a pitcher a little bit more than calling the game, is not moving side to side and not giving you a good target.
Jack, another guy that's going to make his debut, Ronnie Simon. I know we talked a little bit about him yesterday, but he's going to start here tonight.
That's my guy.
That's your guy.
Yeah, your guy's Eric Wagaman. My guy's Ronnie Simon. And I think I took the gutsier call in spring training making Ronnie Simon my guy because he was not on the 40-man roster, and this guy signed a minor league free agent deal. So he was reassigned to minor league camp. But this guy, through his first 15 or so games in AAA with Jacksonville, was hitting .350. He was walking as much as he was striking out. He was stealing bases. He was hitting the ball hard. He's got a pair of triples already this year. Ronnie Simon is a spark plug, and it feels like whatever he's asked to do on the baseball field, he just says yes, and it doesn't really matter. He's a switch hitter. He can play the infield. He can play the outfield. Really anywhere but pitch and catch, I think we're going to see Ronnie Simon do, and this guy is just another Swiss Army knife added to the fold. Javier Sanoja has proven to be so ridiculously valuable so far this year for the Marlins. Why not try and duplicate him?
5 RBIs yesterday. Nelly, last one for you. We discussed this a little bit about Griffin Conine. He was one of the better stories last year in a dark time, 100-loss season. He's on the 60-day IL. What you saw from Griff, Nelly, what is this team going to kind of have to replace without him in his absence?
Well, he absolutely loved what he did on the field. He got a chance to make this team, and what a terrible injury at the wrong time. You know, he was really making a name for himself as far as, everybody knows his dad, but as far as making his own name, you know, I thought he was a tremendous outfielder. He had a really good arm, put together some really good ABs. it's definitely going to be missed. But you're going to have to figure out, can Sanchez be that guy? You're going to have Myers in center field. You're going to have to look at some lefties. Stowers, he's starting to, you guys are mentioning, he's starting to get beat up a little bit upstairs. You want to get that back. Don't get too loopy. I think Sanoha plays a big part. You mentioned Simon as a Swiss Army knife. I think Sanoha has done an outstanding job. I really like. I'm not picking a guy like you guys. I just like watching exciting players, and I think Sanoha is one of those guys.
All right, excellent stuff, guys. Nelly and Jack have your call in about 13 minutes. Let's break. We'll get our Expo question of the day, Steve's guarantee, then we'll play some Marlins baseball right here on the Marlins Radio Network.
Turner. He hits high in the air, shallow right field. Stowers sprinting in. Kyle Stowers slides, and Stowers makes the catch. Nice grab by Kyle Stowers. He had to go a long way to track down that peeling fly ball. He kind of flopped down to make the grab. There's one man out.
Clayton McCullough said it the other day. He said, I love watching Griffin play baseball.
Liam Hicks sprays one out to shallow left field. Schwarber coming on. Schwarber won't get to it. And you got Norby around third. He's heading home to throw up the first base line. It's an RBI single for Liam Hicks. And now it's 9-3 in the sixth. Game 3 of this 3-game weekend set in Philly is tomorrow. That pitch to Dane Myers is crushed. Out to left and deep. That thing is gone. How about Dane Myers? Dane Myers, a first pitch ambush. And it's 11-7 in the top of the ninth for Myers, his first homer of the year. Next pitch, Pauly. That's a line drive. That's a fair ball. Down the right field line, Norby in to score. Pauly going to replace him at second base. Graham Pauly with an RBI double. And it's 11-8 in the top of the ninth. Payoff pitch. That one hit in the air out to right. Max Kepler going back. Track. Wall. It's gone. Liam Hicks, his first career homer, makes it a one-run game. A two-run shot. 6 in the ninth. And the Marlins have made this way, way more interesting.
At Temp Lounge. We thank you for choosing us as the premier casino, resort, brunch, and date night spot in Miami. Reimagined, redesigned. Rediscover Miccosukee Casino and Resort online at miccosukee.com.
All right, listen up, folks. Don't miss a moment of Marlins action. Download the iHeartRadio app, mix Fox Sports 940 the top preset, and then listen to not just one, every single Marlins game. Stephen Traum, Jack McMullen, Jeff Nelson. This is Marlins on Deck. Great to have you aboard on a Monday night here in Miami. Game 1 of this 3-game set. Nick Lodolo will get the ball for the Cincinnati Reds. He'll go opposite Max Meyer. 81 degrees. Roof is open. Walls are open. Vibes are up. Immaculate and ready to go here on this Monday in the Magic City. Let's get to our at Marlins Radio Expo question for today. We talked about Javier Sanoja. He collected 5 RBIs yesterday in Philly. Our Expo question, who has the most RBIs in a single game in Marlins franchise history? My hint, it happened back in May of 2013. It's time for Steve's Guarantee.
Batter up. Batter up.
Let's play some ball.
First pitch is moments away. Time now for Steve's Guarantees.
Are you kidding me? I mean, what am I not going to go with Augustin Ramirez to collect his first MLB hit? Of course I am. He had 286 against lefties. Jack hit on it. He's an offensive power. He can hit the ball at 115 off the bat. He's got great plate discipline, great IQ. I like him to collect his first hit. He will catch and bat 6 in the Miami Marlins lineup here tonight. Folks, I hope you got the itch for first pitch, because when we come back, Jack McMullen paints the picture. Jeff Nelson, he's ready to rock. Starting lineups in first pitch is right around the corner. Thanks for tuning in to the Marlins on Deck pregame show. I'm Steven Strom. Let's flip the MT. Marlins baseball is next. This is the Marlins Radio Network.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for